are joined now by none other than Billie Marten, who was on stage 1 earlier on. How are you doing, Billie?
Hello. I mean, what a treat. I just want to live here, basically.
I know. I was saying that yesterday. I could just kind of move in and have a folk festival
This is
forevermore.
fine for me.
I know, it's perfect.
No other commitments. Delicious food, beautiful pints, insane music, 24.
And great people.
Great people.
Friendly people.
Everyone's so
and
friendly.
not having to look at the news or know what really
No,
what's
no, no.
going on in the rest of the world, which I
The world
you could
exists
literally
at the
work
moment.
in this wonderful bubble
Yeah.
that is the Cambridge Folk Festival. So, Billie, is this your first time at the Cambridge Folk Festival?
Yeah, I'm a newbie, but it feels like home.
I think you're coming back, aren't you? I get
He
that
did
feeling.
say I was coming back.
So
Festival organiser said,
yes.
"You're coming back." I said, "Yes, please."
Oh, well, that's good.
Yes.
I bet they're very pleased. They've signed you up straight away. That's one less.
Yeah.
So straight onto main stage 1.
Yeah.
How did it feel out there?
Well, it was quite emotional. I did have a small tear in my eye because I have really spent my whole life watching footage of this festival, and my dad is the reason I play music, and we have such a fond love of basically everybody that's played this festival since '65. So we'd kind of listen and look back at the archive, and I remember really specifically watching Joan Armatrading's set, and she's got her wonderful what's it called, the headpiece mic,
Like a head mic.
yeah,
Oh,
she,
yes,
she
yeah.
doesn't use a mic stand, which I have always loved because you don't really
cool.
need to. And I thought, I looked at Dad and I went, I'd really like to do that. And he said, you will. And then we did it.
So you said you've grown up with the background of that. Were your parents musicians, or just they loved music and have introduced you to all these great people?
Yeah, I mean, not professionally, but my dad taught me guitar, Mum taught me piano, and it's the reason they got together. So, and it's the reason I got together with my partner. So music is kind of the thing that bonds our entire family, and I really want them to come every year, actually. I want to get them some tickets yearly.
I think that
I think,
sounds like a
I
great
think
idea.
they'd really enjoy it.
And people do come year on year. I mean, I come year on year, and once you're here, you it just becomes a regular event in your.
Well, I actually
calendar.
bumped into a neighbour of my parents in Lancashire, and he said he's been coming since '79.
Yeah.
And he's got a mug for each year. So
That's quite impressive.
yeah,
you started in music.
I've got one mug.
You started in music at 12.
Yeah, pretty shocking.
No, not shocking.
Now that I look back,
Amazing.
it's the powers of the internet, isn't it? I was just doing my own little thing. I'm from Ripon in North Yorkshire, so there wasn't really a musical environment. It was very family led, playing my dad's guitars and just doing covers that we loved, and someone found me on YouTube, and people from London started to talk to me, and it just became this sort of epic accidental career. So
So at that point, were you playing on your own just with a guitar?
yeah, I was just sort of sat on various sofas doing very local gigs.
And
played
you were
at Ripon
signed
Bandstand.
to a label, while you're doing your GCSEs still.
Yeah, it was the day before my maths GCSE. And I remember there's a photo, because obviously the label loves a little
yes.
champagne photo.
Yep.
And I smashed the champagne glass because I was so nervous. And underneath the table is my maths revision, because it was all I was bothered about.
And how did you do in that?
I got an A star,
Wow.
See, look at that.
actually.
You know, some people would just have said,
Thank you for reminding
I've
me."
been signed up. I don't care. I'm not even going to turn up. But that is
However,
Yeah.
did get a B in music.
See that.
how ironic.
What
I'm
is
not
that
even sure how to
about?
answer that. That'll just be the marking system. I'm gonna say
Unbelievable.
that is very
And
rude.
the live performance section, I told them to come to a gig because I was
Yeah, yeah.
gigging, and it was so strange seeing my music teacher in that environment having a sort of half pint and like with his little notebook. But he gave me a B.
That is very rude.
Rude.
I'd say. When you're doing main stage here, and how many other festivals are you going to be doing this year, or gigs?
We are going till early September, so we've done Latitude and Underneath the Stars. Yesterday we were in Derbyshire. We have got Wilderness next weekend, which is going to be great. Really good music people there. Geneva.
So
Gold
you need to be
trees.
pointing this out to your music teacher at some point. You know.
Oh, I hope
Just
you're
to
rubbing his
say,
nose in
you
it.
know.
Well, they do like to put me in the school paper, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
well, you can just say, yeah.
Excuse me,
Excuse me.
Copyright
yeah,
here.
Yeah.
you know, it's dreadful. No attention at the time.
So fast forward from that first signing.
Yeah.
You did how many albums then? You did one? Or-
Yes, so there was an EP, and then there was. So I'm on my I'm about to do my 4th album.
Yeah, so that's quite a lot.
That is a
in your
lot. That's
career so
amazing.
far.
I really like it.
Yeah, well, that's, why not?
I
That's
like making them.
Good.
So,
So you've got one out at the moment and you're recording a new one, did you say?
yeah, I'm going to be doing it with my friend Don Monks, who is a beautiful engineer. From Paul McCartney to Tom Jones to Big Thief, he's got beautiful ears, and we're going to do it at his studio in Frome in September. So I'm really looking forward to some actual studio time.
So is the musical ready written for all that then, I
Yeah.
presume? Yeah, I was going to say.
Already.
Yeah,
So there'll be a single out this year.
lovely.
That's fantastic. And you did a tour of the US and Canada, I think, earlier
Yeah.
this year. How did you find that? Were there different types of audiences there?
Do you know, I hate saying this now that I'm in England, but it really was nice. It really was a really good tour. Just in terms of human reception, I feel like regionally there's quite a large sort of difference in the way people respond to music, especially North and South divide. I feel like you get a lot of different reactions.
Yeah.
But I think because I haven't been in the US in so long and no one had seen a gig in so long, it was really, everyone was kind of transfixed with each other. I was transfixed with watching their faces react to music. They were listening intently. They were sort of asking for songs I hadn't played in 5 years, and, they kind of knew the catalogue. So it was really lovely. Yeah.
And did you get all the lovely accent and stuff like that going on? They
exactly.
do the
Well, I find
lovely
myself
accent.
going increasingly English.
Yeah.
Tally ho.
It's either that or you end up switching and you're copying whoever you're,
I
you
do
echo
that,
back, which I
chameleon.
do, and it's very off-putting for them probably. Well,
Yeah.
maybe people like it because I think actually you're hearing back what you hear. So
Well, that's
it's not a
why
problem.
for adverts, for British adverts, we only use northern dialects, don't we? Because it's supposed to be
Oh,
the
is it?
friendliest dialect.
Ah, well, that's good. I
Yeah.
like that. So during lockdown, did you write a lot of music or did you do a lot of live streams?
I did 0 live streams because I was allowed not to, and I actually wanted just a bit of time away.
Yeah.
I felt the social media pressure to be just too much, and the more time I spent on my phone trying to emulate real life, the worse time I was having. So I didn't write anything for a good 4 months, and I couldn't read a book. I was too distracted by what was happening in the world. I was up at my parents'. I got stuck there for 6 months.
When you say stuck,
Yeah.
was that a good thing or bad?
Yeah, well,
Yes,
we
yeah.
did a lot of drinking.
Yeah. Well,
It's tricky, isn't
But it
it?
actually was wonderful. I mean, my parents live right next to the Three Peaks, so I could just walk up there every day and ponder. There's actually a Gardener's World section on that very aspect of my life, if you fancy watching that.
And one final question. Alpacas. What's this about alpacas?
It's still haunting me. Oh my God.
Was this a teenage thing? And we keep
Do you
going on
know,
about
I don't
it.
even know who's responsible for this, but the only thing on my Wikipedia personal life is my love of alpacas.
Yes.
And
And you
how
want
I think
to
they're
own
so
one.
beautiful. Yeah, I did have an alpaca phase. I still think they're great, but I mean, definitely
feel
doesn't
like you moved on a little
encompass
bit,
my life.
You haven't got one in your tent,
Not yet.
your changing room at the
I
moment.
did accidentally buy 3 one time, and then they promptly realised that I didn't have any land.
I went through that phase. I was
was like,
started
I'll
looking
take
for
them.
them. I wanted to have some as pets, but
Yeah,
you do need a little bit of land, don't you?
yeah. One day, London, I don't feel allows alpaca licenses.
I think it might be a bit tricky. wouldn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
it? Now we're
Billie
gonna-
Marten, it's been great chatting to you this afternoon.
You
Thank you
too.
very much for coming over and chatting to us. And hopefully, after you finish touring, you'll get those alpacas
Yes, I will.
with the land.
What a
yeah,
challenge.
So London might make that a little bit tricky. Now we're going to go to one of